Today I'm going to be giving my impressions on the benefits of installing new front speakers in a 2022 Elantra N. In addition to front speakers, I'll be going over whether or not it's worth replacing the center speaker. Finally, I'll be reviewing the particular speakers used in my install. The Elantra's Bose system was less than impressive, but I expected that when buying the car. I've owned other cars with a Bose system, and yes, they're an upgrade over a Bose OEM audio system, but typically they are just adequate, not amazing, which is why I already planned to upgrade the audio system as soon as I purchased the car. I like good strong bass, so the subwoofer was my first upgrade to the Bose system. After upgrading the subwoofer, I started to notice the front speakers didn't have the crisp highs I wanted, and the center speaker seemed to sound distorted. After installing new front speakers, I found the sound to be improved, and they gave me the sound I was looking for. I didn't upgrade the Bose amplifier, so the speakers are running off the factory amp. I thought this might be an issue with volume, but I found I could get the desired volume level without distortion, even with the factory amp. Speaking of volume level, the difference in volume level from when I had the Bose speakers versus having the aftermarket speakers is with the Bose speakers, I typically had the volume set between 60 and 63 when I wanted to listen to the system at a loud volume. After installing the aftermarket speakers, I was able to turn the volume up to 63 to 67. For normal listening, I find that the volume needs to be set past 50. The speakers I chose to use were Focal's Universal Series component speakers. I chose to go with Focal speakers due to their sound signature and ease of installation. The supplied inline crossovers make the install easier because you don't need to find a location for a large crossover box. And if you use a crossover box, the output ohm load would only be 4 ohms, but the factory amp is looking for a 2 ohm load. The tweeter and woofer are each 4 ohms, so when hooked up into the factory wiring using the separate inline crossovers, the factory amplifier sees the required 2 ohm load. The Focal woofers have a smooth, less harsh sound versus the Bose woofers. The tweeters have a crisp sound which provides greater detail. I upgraded the front speakers first and simply disconnected the center speaker. I did this for 3 reasons. 1. A direct 2 ohm replacement center speaker was hard to find. 2. The typical brand's replacement options were costly and came in pairs only. And 3. I felt the front speakers would be enough so there wouldn't be a need for a small center speaker. Most of the systems I've heard with a center speaker haven't sounded good. Too much emphasis is given to the center speaker in these systems. At first, I didn't think I'd keep the center speaker in the car, but after testing the system with or without an aftermarket center channel speaker, I found I actually preferred having the center speaker installed. It completed the front stage by elevating the highs without distracting from the door speakers or being overemphasized, and it actually did what a center speaker is designed to do, which is to have a center point of sound no matter where you sit in the vehicle. I chose a Dayton Audio 3-inch mid-range driver as a center channel speaker for my particular build. I found the Dayton speaker paired perfectly with my Focal speakers. The sound was clear and smooth without adding any harshness. The speaker has a lower efficiency than the Focal front speakers and is 4 ohms versus the 2 ohm load that the Bose speaker is. I thought the lower efficiency and the lower ohm rating would result in a reduction in sound at the same volume as the front speakers, but to my surprise, they matched the Focal's volume as well as I could have expected. I didn't install new rear speakers because of their location and impact on the overall sound. I didn't feel that they would make a huge improvement in my overall build. As a final note, if you don't mind connecting your phone by wire, I would recommend doing this and using CarPlay or Android Auto over Bluetooth. You will get better quality sound, especially if you're taking advantage of lossless audio. Unfortunately, you cannot stream lossless audio using Bluetooth. If you would like to see how to install speakers in your Hyundai Elantra, please feel free to watch my previous install videos. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.